Are you gonna be on camera? Come here. Come here, boo. Do you remember when I washed and carded and hand spun a whole fleece, and then I dyed half of the yarn with sumac berries that I picked off the side of the road, basically? I remember that too. The plan was for me to weave with that, but life got a little bit complicated. I sold my loom and I moved to the Netherlands, but I am nothing if not stubborn, and the Netherlands also has looms. Say hello to my little friend. This is the first big piece of fiber kit that I've bought new, and it was a little bit nerve-wracking and intimidating to choose which loom to buy. My previous loom and the drum carder and various large pieces of kit I've had before, I've all gotten secondhand. But this time I had to / got to choose something new. I settled on the shacked flip, which is a rigid heddle loom. It folds in half, like completely in half, so you can store it really simply and easily, which is great for living in an apartment. But we are getting ahead of ourselves because the first step in any weaving project is, say it with me now, math. So my 12 DPI reed is 12 dots per inch, and it's 20 inches in width, which means with a little bit of multiplication, we can figure out that we have 240 dents to work with. So we know the width, but we also need to know the length. This loom can handle 5 or 6 meters length of warp on the warping beam, so we're going to plan on 5 meters for the length of the warp. So my original plan was to do what I've done in the past working with this loom, which was to run my warp thread across the longest room in my house over and over and over again. In this case, that would be walking back and forth 236 times. This time, I think I'm going to be smarter about it. This time, the trick will be clamps. Typically with a rigid heddle loom, you can do a direct tie-on, which is what I've done in the past, which had me walking back and forth a whole bunch. Or you can do what you would do with a non-rigid heddle loom, which is you would do a warping board and you'd have a pre-measured warp and then you would tie it on. I'm going to do a combination of those two. So I'm going to still have a direct tie-on, but I'm then going to run the warp thread across a little maze that I'm going to develop here on my workstation so I can get the length of the warp thread without walking back and forth across my entire longest room in my apartment 236 times. I'm going to use smarts. I'm doing my best to wind the warp on evenly, tugging sharply to maintain an even pressure as I wind. This is a deceptively simple looking part of the process. Having a warp that is wound on perfectly with even tension across makes your whole weaving project smooth and easy and fun. I bet you thought we were done threading after we got the warp measured, but you were wrong. When we measured the warp, we threaded everything through the slots. Now we need to get every other thread through one of the holes. And this is what will make weaving possible. Then it's tying on. It's a bit tricky because you have to make sure, again, that your pressure is even. You don't have to make it super tight here, but it needs to be exactly an even amount of tightness in each section. And finally, we are ready to weave. Finishing a weaving is almost as important as actually doing it. Just like blocking your sweater after you knit it, you have to treat your fabric after it comes off the loom. It's not finished until it's been washed. Before wet setting, the fibers on the weaving are exactly where I put them. And the weave is fairly open. You can see air spaces between each thread. This will change when we wash it. So I knew going into this project that the hand-spun yarn I used for my weft wasn't particularly even. And in the weaving you can see certain areas the yarn is a little bit more fine, certain areas it's a little bit more rustic, and certain areas it's not as balanced, which gives those areas a little bit more texture to the final fabric. It has kind of, you know, a little bit more upsy downsies, bumpsies. So I need to think pretty carefully when I'm designing what I want to do with this fabric, because that's the other thing. I didn't just make this to have a pile of fabric. I made this so I can actually do something with it. I want to make my own yardage. And I did. But now I gotta make something with it. So will you help me? Please let me know if you have any exciting ideas. I have a couple of ideas running through my head, but I am really curious what you think this should be, because it's gonna be something. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me what you think this should be. Tell me what your thoughts are. I would love to hear from you for many reasons. One, because I genuinely want to know what you think. And B, because YouTube likes it when you tell me what you think. One of my goals is to make Be Queer Make Stuff more of a business. I have several other ideas for that, ruminating as well. But one aspect of that is these videos. You can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/bequeermakestuff. We have a great Discord community there. The perks are a little bit of a work in progress beyond the Discord, but there will be more perks soon. But one of the things I'm doing is spending a little bit more time working on these videos and trying to make them really nice. So if you appreciate the videos, if you enjoy them, leave a comment, leave a like, and maybe check out the Patreon if you're interested. And stay tuned, because I have some other stuff brewing. Anyway, that's all I have for you on this one. Until next time, be queer and make stuff. Okay, bye. Oh, I can hear a car alarm. No, it's the Netherlands. It's a scooter alarm. How annoying.